Chandrapur, it is situated in Chandrapur district, somewhere in Nagpur. After visiting this place, I was totally impressed, and I have learned a lot of lessons over here, which I am going to share with you. Anand 1 is developed by Mr. Baba Amte. Many of you have heard about Baba Amte. The real name of the Baba Amte is Murlidhar Devidas Amte. His father was working with the British government. He was from very rich and affluent family, and after completing his graduation from law field, he started with his advocacy practice, and he was doing really very well in his advocacy practice. One fine day, after completing his all office work, he was heading towards his home. While walking, he found out that there was one man who was lying on the street. He felt that that man is in need, and as a human being, I should help him. So he approached him, and after going closer to him, he found out that that man was literally in deteriorating condition. After looking at his situation, he literally ran away from that place as fast as he could. And after going some mile, he stopped down and he felt really very bad. He felt that if any man is in need, then as a human being, it's my duty to help him and not to run away from that situation. And that thought, that guilt, because of that guilt, he returned backwards and took that man along with him, and he tried to help him. But eventually, that man died. And that man died because of leprosy disease. Now, this situation, it was somewhere down the line in 1940s, 1950s. In those days, leprosy was a severe disease. It was just like if any person is suffering from such kind of disease, then people used to boycott such type of person, and even they used to throw out such type of family member from their house. That was the situation in those days. Now, what is leprosy disease? Now, in this disease, that victim loses all his sensation of his pain. Suppose if you take the simple example, suppose if you are cooking something on a gas stove, and at the time of handling utensils, if by mistake, if your hand got in touch with the fire flame, a normal man, immediately he will take his hand backwards. But for these people, because they loses their sensation of the pain, they will keep their hand on the flame only. And because of that, eventually their hand will get destroyed. So that is the problem with this kind of people. In 1950s, it was deadly disease, but in the today's day, it was totally curable, and it is non-contagious disease. So you don't have to worry about it. It is not going to transmit like a coronavirus from one person to the another person. When that day, when that person died, Baba Amte felt really very bad because he tried to save him. He put he, he tried very hard to save him, but eventually he died. Baba Amte felt little bit bad, but after introspecting himself, eventually he found out the purpose of his life. He felt that this incident happened, there has to be some reason behind it, and because it happened with me, it means it is the signal that I should help these people. This is the purpose of my life, that I should help these people and make them or help them to live a dignified life. So after understanding the purpose of his life, he decided to devote all his life to help these people. And immediately he informed all these things to his dad. And immediately his dad denied that, what are you doing? You are having such a good career and you are leaving all these things for this kind of reason or a cause. I don't understand this thing. And he literally told him that if you want to do this act, then you have to leave my house and you won't get any kind of right over my property. Baba Amte, along with his wife, decided to leave his house and also waive off all the right on his family wealth. And he started to volunteer to help these people who are suffering from leprosy disease. In 1950s, when in the initial stage, he formed one non-profit making organization, Maharogi Seva Samiti. It is also known as MSS. And Baba Amte requested to the government that government should donate some land to this organization, wherein we can build some organization over here, we can rehabilitate those people and also help them to live a dignified life. And government gave them a land, but they literally mocked Baba Amte. By looking at this picture also, you will come to know they gave them such a land which was totally unproductive, totally useless. No one can stay over here. But whatever is given to them, Baba Amte accepted it. And with a strong belief, Baba Amte, along with his all followers and the volunteers, work really very hard and transform this place with their sweat and blood. And if you look at this place in the today's days, this place is like a heaven. And the most important thing, this is the rehabilitation center for the people who are suffering from leprosy disease. But just to help them is not only the purpose of Baba Amte. Because there is a saying that you should give people a net and they will do fishing for themselves. You should not feed them for a lifetime. It is totally wrong. So what Baba Amte done over here is that in the initial stage, when they need help in order to cure themselves, at that point of time, they will get help over here as a rehabilitation center. But thereafter, Baba Amte created opportunities over here that they will work hard over here and they will make their own livelihood. So that was the main vision and mission of the Baba Amte. With that way, now if you look at the today's Anand one, it is awarded with a smart village. You can see over here the picture of handicraft. So these people are making this handicraft and selling this handicraft to the tourists and all other people. Along with that, they have also created some tiny manufacturing unit of garments wherein these people can work over here and make their own livelihood. They can sell those garments and earn their livelihood. Apart from that, after getting cure from this disease, they can also start with they can also freshly start with their life. They can marry also, and for their children's also, they have created or they have established schooling over here. So with that way, they have adopted a really very good structure for this village. And this is something, a ideal model for other villages also. And now other villages are also adopting this model. So therefore now Anandvan has got a Smart Village Award, and for a Baba Amte, for his really very good work, he awarded with a Padma Vibhushan, Padma Shri, and lot of other awards, accolades. From all these things, I have learned first life lesson over here. The visionary leader, great leaders are always having mission and vision statement when they start with any venture. In this situation, when Baba Amte started with his journey, his mission was to rehabilitate these people who are suffering from leprosy disease, and moreover, make them self-reliant, that they can live their own, they can earn their own livelihood and live a dignified livelihood, which was deprived by the other people from them. And now if you look at after 70 years, that vision actually accomplished. These people are really living a dignified life over here. So if you want to achieve any remarkable thing in life, then as a good leader, you have to have a mission and vision statement in your hand. So with that way, I will start with our today's meeting. In our Toastmaster meeting, there are 3 segments. First segment is prepared speech round. Second segment is table topics round. Now, table topics round is the round where even guests can participate, and you will be given topic on the spot wherein you have to think on your feet and attempt that topic. And prepared speech is the round where you will prepare speech in advance and deliver over here. And last segment is the evaluation segment, where the senior experienced evaluator or the coaches will evaluate your speech and give you the feedback which will help you to go to the next level. Now, for the success of every meeting, role bearers are the important. And in our Toastmaster meeting, tag team plays a vital role. Now, T stands for timer, R stands for R counter, and G stands for grammarian or else language evaluator. Now, I would like to call our first role bearer, who is working with HR department. He has been Toastmaster since 2009, and he believes that the ideal leader is the leader who walks the talk. So let's welcome with a big round of applause today's timer of the day, Toastmaster Falgunan. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster of this, Sachin. A wonderful story, I think. Good to listen to the story of Baba Amte. Thanks for sharing that. As a timer, my duty is to time the prepared speeches, table topics, and evaluations. For the prepared speeches, the time allotted is 5 to 7 minutes. For the evaluation round or the coaching round, which will happen, there'll be a different timing guidelines, which I shall share when that round comes. It's also my duty to see that the meeting proceeds as per the time, and I shall report if there is any deviation happening. Thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster of the day, Sachin.
Thank you, Toastmaster Falgunan. Our next role bearer is someone who is working with the Reliance Limited in Jamnagar. Apart from that, by profession, she is a instrumentation design engineer. And when I asked her about her ideal leader, she replied that Narendra Modi, due to his hard work and strategies. Let's welcome our next role bearer with a big round of applause, Toastmaster Prachi. Over to you, Toastmaster Prachi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sachin, for that introduction. My role in today's meeting would be to have a check over the pause fillers, as well as listen to the sounds, including aha, make a note of it and give the report when called for. Thank you, and over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Prachi. Our next role bearer is distinguished Toastmaster. And when I joined Toastmaster in the year 2015, in those days, in Trio, he was one of the prominent person in the Trio, and later, eventually, he became also the district director. He is having really very good command over English language. He is very particular about the English language, and you can learn a lot of things from him when it comes to leadership. He has been serving to the different posts in the Toastmasters. Let's welcome with a big round of applause our language evaluator of the day, Toastmaster Arvind. Over to you, Toastmaster Arvind.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Sachin. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and future Toastmasters. My task as the grammarian is to listen to everything that's being said at this meeting and to make a note of all the good usage and also the incorrect usage of the language. It's also my task to give you the word of the day. The word of the day today is ingenious, I-N-G-E-N-I-O-U-S, which is an adjective, and it means clever, original, and inventive. It could be used in a sentence. He was ingenious enough to overcome the limited budget. I would urge every speaker to use the word of the day at least once in the course of the speech. At the end, when I am called for, I will present my report. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arvind. Let's begin with our first round, prepared speech round. I would like to call our lead coach to provide project guidelines for our first prepared speech. Over to you, Toastmaster Sai.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sachin. Our speaker, our prepared speaker today, Jay, will be giving the fifth speech of his level 5, or the last speech of his level of his pathway, where he will explain to us the following. The purpose of the project is for Jay to reflect on his growth during the completion of the path. In this speech, he will share some aspect of his growth during the completion of his pathway. The way I'm seeing this is that when somebody undertakes a journey, the real fun happens at the end, when they tell us how the journey has changed them, what they experienced in the journey, how it changed them. And that is what we're looking for from Jay, which is what I will be evaluating him on. Timer, please note that his speech is 10 to 12 minutes. So please have the green at 10, yellow at 11, and the red at 12, with a 30 seconds grace as expected. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Toastmaster Sai. Our first prepared speaker is someone who is really very passionate about Toastmasters, and his favorite book is What Got You Here Would Not Got You There. It always inspire him or motivate him to go to the next level. Please help me welcome our first speaker, Toastmaster Jay, with a big round of applause. Toastmaster Jay, I need you. Toastmaster Jay. Over to you.
Thanks. Am I audible and visible? Standard question.
Yes, you are.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the day. When I started my third path, strategic relationship, I have to look back. I needed to look and find out what I did. What were the learnings? How well I did. Did I did all well? Most of the time answer was yes. Yes, I did really very well. However, one answer was you could improve further. Yes, especially in level 1 and 2, which are similar across all paths. I had to be more innovative. I had to back to drawing board and find better options, better ways to tell about myself. When I did that path, I found that I was doing my icebreaker third time. What was I going to say? Is there anything more? But then I thought about it. I live such nice long life, and surely there are more than enough to say about me. So when I started thinking and creating and finding new ways, I got, yes, Jay, you're having too many topics to say. You have too many stories to discuss with your all the Toastmaster, our lovely guest at all. Yes, my friends. Nevertheless, remember, friends, we do not learn from the experiences today. We learn by reflecting our experiences of yesterday. John said this, and I hope you all are agree with him like me. This is something every one of us need to remember unless we look back. Unless we reflect what we have done before, we are never going to move forward with improvements. Presiding officer, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and future Toastmasters. Very warm good evening to each one of you. When I did this past strategic relationship, I want to touch upon once again. I want to share my story. I want to share my experience with all of you. I hope you also might find interesting. Yes, my friend, that's my promise to all of you. There were 5 unique stories on the path, or like the project, specifically projects, which I want to discuss with you, which were unique in this path. in which I have invested my much of the time and grab it as much as possible out of that. The first, yes, the first was research and presenting in level 1. I selected homeschooling a new normal. Why? The reason was very simple. Earlier, my children were studying in Spicer School. However, because of COVID, everyone has to change our modern process. I also did the same. My children also did the same. Today I'm working online. Today I'm doing everything online. Then how could my children? No, they have to also work, learn online, and that happened. But the Spicer School or the teacher, they were struggling with the technology and the demand. There are more than 40 students in one class, and you could imagine it's not so easy to entertain each and every one in this online platform. So I decided to think about it to find out who can support me in this way, in this new normal. I selected Bella Open School. I checked, I attended few sessions and found, hey, they have already the complete infrastructure. Yes. Good Zoom accounts. Yes, they have. Audio video quality. Yes, they have. Internet. Yes, they have. Class batch. Only 8 to 10 students in a class. Super. What else I need? I want to understand what are the homeworks and all. They saved all the respective folders. Kudos. My life became simple. The education which was derailed by all these things because of COVID and unfamiliar teachers that came back. I'm not saying the teachers are not competent. Teachers were really competent, but this new technology, they need some time, which I can't take the risk. Next topic, the cross-cultural understanding. Yeah, I'm from Haryana. Let me tell you one thing. In our state, Murgi is Murgi. But here when I changed, I found Mulgi. I thought it could be a Murgi, but there is no any relation. In both languages, Murgi is completely different topic and Mulgi is completely different. And if someone say, hey, your child is look like Pilu, then let me tell you, even if you try once, na, they will beat you so hard. You will open your eyes in hospital. But if you say the pillow here, they will laugh, they will enjoy. Because that's the difference between different cultures. I learned this culture, I changed my perspective again and again, and I had lot of good relationship with my neighbors and all. And even today, I'm having lot of good friends because I was able to accept their culture, and they also accepted me. The next topic was, or the next project that I hope you all will really like. That was make connection through networking. But first thing, how you will make the network? You could use my name as a strategy, Jai. Jai. Join, give attention, and show interest in others. Yes. In that project, I decided whenever I start this path, I will deliver my own speeches, 15 speeches, 15 different clubs. And that definitely helped me. I got the connection with different clubs. I delivered, I attended their meetings and collected the feedback. And some feedbacks are really very strong. Yes, which I never thought. But that is really helping. The next two projects, let me tell you, if you are doing this path, must follow. Yes, there is no any escape. You can't survive without these two. One of them is public relation strategies. It looks simple. Huh? You have to just create the make relationship with the publics and all audience. But that is not the way. It's a scientific way. It is a scientific strategy which you will have to follow. And if you are not following, nothing will work. And that is the 5 sentences or words I will share and you explain you as well. Let me start. First, what or why? What or why we want to execute this plan? In this world, there are billions of people. You can't make the relationship with everyone. So first you have to decide with whom you want to make the relationship. With content writer, storyteller, sales and marketing, or engineer. That you have to decide. Only then the things will work. Second, influencers. Who are the influencers who could change their opinions? Yes, example, if I say, Sai, I'm a good boy, take me in your team. Will Sai consider it? Might be no. But what happen if his friend Fagunam say, hey, Jai is really a good guy, take him in your team? Chances are high. Am I right? Yes. We have to think. We can't say everything directly. Sometimes we need the influencer. That could help better. Third, proper plan. Now you know whom to influence. Now you know what and why. But execution will happen only with the proper plan. You have to decide what will you do, when will you do, how will you do all these things in advance. The next is expectations. You can't set the unrealistic expectation with anyone. Example, I can't set the expectation. I get every week a speed slot. Is this a realistic expectation? No way. Yes. We have to set the expectation in a realistic manner in any relationship as well. Next is diversify our network. If I have to repair my mobile, then what I need? Can I go to MBBS doctor? No, he can't help me. So I have to decide for content writer with whom I have to connect, with storytelling with whom I have to connect, and the same thing for each and every topic. So let me repeat what or why. Who are the influencer? Prepare a plan, expectation, set the realistic expectation and diversify the network according to your need. That could help you. That could help. Next project and one of the most influential project of level 5 was leading in your volunteer organization. That project has completely changed my perspective from the zero. There I learned four important points. Point number one, leader must be always in front line. Are you agree with this? No, my friends. Sorry. That is wrong. The leader should be with the team, not in front, not in last. Whenever team has to do something, he or she should be stand with them for support, for help, for guidance. Next is everyone is equal or same. Do you believe in our childhood will learn? 2 plus 2 is always 4. Yes. But in practical way, in human way, each and every person is different. What Sai can do or what Avinay can do, I can't do. My capability, my competence is completely different. Third, keep things simple and clarify. If you are telling anyone in a simple word which he or she could understand, then the chances are high. But if you can't do, then it's very difficult to get the desired output. Next is be agile. It's quite possible anyone could be drop out anytime from your team. Or you require a complete new competency, so you have to manage it. You have to set the realistic expectation and be agile. So leader must be with team. Everyone is equal. That's just a myth. Everyone is different. Keep things simple and be agile. Today, I'm really proud that I'm on my last project of this strategic relationship. I reached at the last point of the part, and when I look back, I found a lot of learnings, and I hope these learnings could help you as well. For this one, I want to thank to all 15 clubs who give me the opportunity to deliver my speech. Thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jay, for such a nice speech. I would like to call timer Falgunan to provide timing details. Over to you, Toastmaster Falgunan.
I've shared the timing report for Jessing. I believe it's visible for everyone. Toastmaster Jessing took 12 minutes and 38 seconds. So 8 seconds above from the actual time allotted. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day, Sachin.
Baba Amte has